the purpose of this session is to engage media and provide accurate, timely and in-depth information ahead of the official launch.
So, as you know, things are evolving on a daily basis, and most of you in this room are very much well aware of how dynamic things are, and this could also potentially impact the growth of ASEAN. We're projecting ASEAN to grow 4 to 5%, 4.4% in the last 10 decades, and we've already seen IMF, World Bank, WTO all revising the forecast, and so has many countries. Malaysia, I think, is in the midst of looking as well at our GDP forecast. Definitely, the bias will be towards the downside downside of the 4.5 to 5.5% growth that we initially announced. So, amidst this backdrop, ASEAN, we must try to align our best. And then, how do we do this? This is back to again talk about ASEAN centrality, where we want to align our common interests and at the same time respond in a more coordinated manner to carefully navigate the current complexities of global trade. And to date, ASEAN as a group, we have met many times after the tariff announcement, after the liberalization day. In fact, last Monday, ASEAN economic ministers have met virtually anyway. The Japan trade minister, the China Minister of Commerce, as well as Australia and New Zealand trade ministers. And before that, of course, on 10th of April, we came up with a joint statement about our position regarding the tariff, or in a way, reciprocal tariff that was announced by the Trump administration. So collectively, ASEAN and our dialogue partners, when we came up with a joint statement after every meetings, we continue to reiterate our support and our belief in the principle of multilateralism. Right? You will see the joint statements. I'm sure you can see it from our ASEAN website. And basically, we are in support of a rule-based multilateral trading system with WTO at its core. Right? So we'll continue to prioritize constructive engagement. There are many other partners that we will engage after the ASEAN summit, but we have engaged quite a number already before the ASEAN summit. So what is, just touch a bit on the ASEAN regional strength. We have seen many studies that later you will hear from BCG, for example, about why ASEAN has its unique strengths, right? So we believe that ASEAN is not just what the world needs, but also something that cannot easily be replicated by others. I'm sure all of you are aware about the numbers, the GDP, the trade numbers, the population, the demographics. And until recently, we are quite reasonably sure that ASEAN will continue, and this is where we look at investments and trade flows being in the positive territory. In fact, we look at global FDI, despite going into the negative territory, ASEAN continue to be in the positive. Similarly for trade. So we were projecting that from where we are today as the 5th largest economic bloc at the rate of 4 to 5% GDP growth, we should be able to be the 4th largest economic bloc by the year 2030. So today, of course, in our plans, we want to ensure that that projection remains true, remains achievable in the years to come, but we need to do more things and accelerate some of our plans to ensure that happens. Right? We need to organize and then coordinate ourselves better. We also need to stick to the ASEAN principles of centrality, neutrality, and non-alignment as we navigate the choppy waters ahead, whether, of course, individually as well as a bloc.